Every organization should plan for IPv6 deployment, which means that it doesn't necessarily mean that they should deploy IPv6 right now, but they should have a plan as to, for example, how to, to look at IPv6 support in the new devices that they buy, to consider IPv6 training for their personnel, and also to plan for actual IPv6 deployment in their production networks eventually at some point in time. The challenges mainly are that we have much less experience with IPv6 than with IPv4, and for example, when it comes to security, there's typically less support for IPv6 than for IPv4. Also, when it comes to actual implementations, they are typically less mature. The IPv6 ones are less mature than the v4 counterpart. Well, essentially people assume that the typical address scanning attacks are unfeasible in IPv6, but from my perspective that's an incorrect assumption. The only thing is that in the IPv6 case, the attackers will actually have to include or incorporate more intelligence into their tools when compared to the IPv4 case, but that's it. But from my perspective, the IPv6 address scanning attacks are still feasible. One key point to consider is that many people think that if they have not yet deployed IPv6, they shouldn't be concerned about the security implications of IPv6. Now the thing is that in general, since most general purpose operating systems, they do have some kind of IPv6 support enabled by default. Every single network, any network that you have out there has at least partial support for IPv6. So whether you are explicitly deploying it or not, you should actually consider its security implications.